disclaimer, this is for those who do shadow work. Because if you don't do any shadow work, you could be doing these things in a manipulative way. You'll be doing things backwards. You won't be able to play things out with fairness and with just. And then things won't be for the greater good. And you'll be like the dog who ate his throw up, chasing your own tail and going into cycles which turns into hell. You know? People have backgrounds that go beyond this lifetime. Within every memory or every instance, you have all kinds of different gestures going on within and without that is adding on to the energy, because that's why we live in an infinite universe. It's not that we have to go out of space. We already are that, and we're not even observing all of those things, and neither can we within this physical being. But you can always tap into your multi-dimensions and observe them from that. You can do that. Just as I am who I am and know my full history, being that I've lived it, I've still had to detail within myself and my shadow work and look within my own inner world like an esoteric detective to even figure out more of what I've gained in knowledge as to who I am. And that's an infinite journey. As you are uncovering yourself, you're continuing to create more experiences and add on to what you are doing and what you are experiencing in whatever moment. You're always adding on to it. And that in itself is infinite. We can go down so many wormholes to where you'll get lost. So that's why you just always pay attention to what it is already, because what you're doing now is what you've always been doing and what you will continue to do on some level. And you can work with that as to how you want to maneuver around. And that way you won't have to go down these wormholes to try to figure out things that aren't important. Because you can know everything that you need to know in whatever moment you need to know it in, which will always be in divine timing. And especially when you can consciously tap into your multi-dimensional senses. Anyway, let's not go down that wormhole. So to categorize someone in ways that is beyond your jurisdiction as far as spiritually speaking is not wise to do. You never know what someone's background is, esoterically speaking. And just by a person being curious of those things will point to esoteric crime, really. Because while you're busy worrying about things going on in someone else's inner world, you won't even be able to know what that is until you figure out what your inner world is like. When you're doing something that you haven't done for yourself, that is the blind leading the blind. Then from the other perspective, if you have uncovered certain things and are privy to these multi-dimensional senses and awarenesses, that's different. That's still not necessarily your job to help a person work through their trauma unless it was asked for, and even then that can only go so far. Outside of that, just to be curious of a person's inner world, it's like demonic behavior a little bit. Your perspective should be what's more important 9 times out of 10, not someone else's. Anyways, I don't even know why that's important, but maybe someone needs to hear that shit. Because somebody want to know what the hell people got going on in their inner world. It ain't your business. Or am I projecting? Damn, what the fuck? This might be a YouTube only exclusive. Am I projecting the things going on around me that I'm not aware of until I begin to explore? See, shadow work on live. You see the type of things that you can uncover about whatever you need to know just by going within yourself. That's what I just did, and I wasn't, you know, in order for me to see anybody else or whoever I'm speaking to, I go within myself and express that. Because I already know you wouldn't be listening to me unless you had some type of resonance with me. And if you don't, fuck yeah. Get the fuck on.